Best greetings to all my colleagues at Tower Semiconductor. I wanted to say a few words at the completion of this first round of trainings that we had done, these first 4 chapters in our journey towards excellence. As stated, we have our value vectors. Vectors again, because each of these values shouldn't just be a stationary, they should be something that's growing, driving, creating excitement, creating more activity, more movement. And we stated that the very core is excellence embedded in everything that we do. And we defined excellence as efficiency, effectiveness, and quality. If we look at any journey, the journey itself has to be fun. We have to have a target as to where we're going to get to, and we have to have the means to get there. There's a quote that I referred to once, it's from Bill Clinton, that says, "Old age is when your memories outweigh your dreams." And it rings nicely, except I don't think it's 100% correct. The real correct adage should be, old age is when your memories outweigh your dreams and consequent actions to achieve them. Maybe there's multiple people that are old at a very young age because all that they have is dreams, but they do nothing to achieve them. And if one in their older stages, again, only has dreams, but is doing nothing to achieve it, again, it's not movement, it's not a journey, it's not a trajectory whatsoever, it's just something that's static with maybe high aspirations, but no opportunity to achieve them. So we went through this training and we established these 4 value vectors because we believe that it's something that can move the company forward if we concentrate on them, especially if we think continually of what is the end state that we want to achieve in going after these value vectors. One thing that I take to heart and really enjoy is an adage that I once came across. It was an adage actually outside of a Catholic church, but the adage said, your vocation, your chosen calling to serve God. Now, independent of one's religious beliefs, to have a vocation that would allow us to serve our fellow man is an absolute value-based activity. In order to have a vocation that allows us to serve, it has to be a vocation that allows us to grow. If we look at each of these values, they are just as true for a corporate life as they are for any individual life. What are the 4 value vectors? Leadership. On an individual basis, a person has to be, to a degree they possibly can, a leader of their own life. They have to formulate their own values, they have to formulate their own aspirations, they have to formulate and understand the characteristics that they wish to have as they develop. They have to set for themselves their role models and then take those actions that allow them to become closer to the person that they aspire to be continually. That is really what leadership is. The more greatly we adhere to and develop leadership in our own personal lives, the more that we can become somewhat independent of the many independent variables that act on us and have more say over the direction that our own lives take. If we look at partnership, I believe it's impossible to have a successful life, to have a fulfilling life without having partnerships. Partnership with one's loved ones, partnership with a spouse, with a partner, with children, partnership with friends. Absolutely as important in an individual life as partnership with customers, partnership with suppliers, partnership with investors is to a corporate life. So those 2 values, leadership, partnership, absolutely essential to everything that we do in life, for ourselves individually. If we look at impact, what type of a life would it be if upon death, one would not be able to say that they had a positive impact on the lives of those around them? To have had an impact on one's own family, on grandchildren, on friends, and nominally on the society around them. Impact is extremely critical for the value of a person going through this life. Impact, obviously important for a company. The impact that you have is totally related to the financial performance that you have. The higher the impact, the higher the value that one is creating, the better off one is financially in the company, the more sustainable the company is at providing long-term beneficial employment for a large number of people. Now, the one value that I think is most often misunderstood is the value of innovation. Many times people think of innovation as just new novel ideas. And I'm not saying that innovation is not new novel ideas, but innovation encompasses much more than new ideas. Innovation is focused upon making things better. Many times, simplification is truly the most gracious, the most sought after method of innovation. On an individual basis, any time any individual is involved in any type of self-improvement, it is personal innovation. And personal innovation is what allows all other three values to grow and to become accretive to one's individual life. To have personal innovation, one must always have a mirror really open and accurate for their own lives. Many times the best mirror are close friends, which is the reason again for partnership. That close friends, a spouse, children, can oftentimes tell one more about how your actions are being perceived than you yourself can ever realize. And hence, off of that input, one can make adjustments in their own course for improvement. Anytime that one learns how fantastic it is to incorporate new learnings into growth, into changing a direction, into making any direction that one has a richer direction. We just completed these 4 chapters. I met with a group of employees shortly after the 4th chapter was completed, and I asked what value they had, what did they enjoy, and multiple people stated that the financial training was very exciting and very interesting. We got into the discussion that I just had, which was the reason I wanted to focus on it, how all of the values that we're focused on are very true values because they're as true in personal life as they are in any type of corporate life. But finance is exactly the same thing. One of the things that we learn in finance is that there is a time-based value of money, that $100 today has a much higher value than $100 3 years from now, 5 years from now. By the same token, there is a dollar-based value of time itself. Now, when I say dollar, I'm not talking purely just a money value on time. I'm talking an overall subliminal and very, very real value of time itself. That meaning, an hour of my time today can set so many things on a vector, on a different drive, on a different angle, that 5 years from now, what I did with today's 1 hour can be absolutely accretive or it could be decretive. The time that one has in front of them is the most valuable commodity that all of us have. That's the same with our work hours as it is with our personal hours. So my overall message to everybody is that we should take the trainings that we've had, we should look at these value vectors, and think, how do we use all of this to make our own lives much more special, to make our own lives much richer? And as we focus on our lives becoming richer, thinking about how do we use our work environment as really the school teacher, as the laboratory, where we perfect these values to the benefit of the corporation, to the benefit of our colleagues, to the benefit of our customers. As we do this, it must benefit our own personal lives and enrich them. I wish everyone great, great experiences and absolute joy as you move forward on this journey that we're taking as a company, but that we should all take as individuals, the journey towards excellence in everything that we do, becoming more efficient, becoming more effective, and focusing on high quality on every step of our journey. Thank you very, very much.